I said, God, give me a sign. He gave me 5. He said, watch for the pride. Envy and lies. He said, don't reach for hands. If there's a tide, don't tell them that you love them. If they ain't tried, nah. They said I couldn't come out. I came in like Juggernaut. They said I couldn't.
So I sat there the other day and I looked at two different photos of myself. In fact, I posted them on social media. The first photo was when I started working out, and then that was over 2 years ago at this point. And then a month ago was when the second photo was taken, and it was clearly two different photos. Now I was like gained so much muscle and everything, but in those photos was two different people. I mean, yes, same person, but when I say two different people, I mean the personalities are different. The mental aspect of how I view life is different now. And it's because of how I view the world and what I went through in the past. So whenever people hear me talk nowadays, they always sit there and they say that I seem pretty mature for my age and I seem very see, I'm 22 years old. When that picture was taken, I was still 19 years old, right? And so it's kind of crazy, like the first picture. And yes, like you, it's in the thumbnail, and I'll put it on the screen as well. The thing is when people ask me that question, they always sit there and ask why, and I tell them why, right? And as you clearly see by the title of this video, it's called "How Heartbreak Changed My Life." How heartbreak changed my life. I originally wanted to make this a TikTok clip because I haven't posted anything for the podcast on TikTok in a while, but I was like, this deserves its own full blown video. Now, I've talked about heartbreak on here before, but this is going to be different. This is going to be different because it's not going to be a full blown story time. But let me explain real quick. So, the other day, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they had asked me, and it also helped me come up with this video. They had asked me, they said, when you had experienced heartbreak several years back, what was the worst part about it for you? Now, for me personally, there were several bad parts. In fact, I've actually discussed it before. I think going through the stages of heartbreak is one of the worst things about heartbreak. But to me, I think the overall worst part about it was the mental images of everything going on with the person I used to be with. You know what I'm saying? I think many people can relate to that. Now, what do I mean when I say mental images? What I mean when I say mental images, I think about how when my ex and I first broke up. Now, a lot of people will come on social media or whatever and they say, yeah, I broke up with them, yada, blah, 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 blah. But even though they're the ones who got dumped or whatever, right? I'm not afraid to come on here and say, I'm the one who got broken up with. I'm the one who got broken up with. I'm the one who, was heartbroken. That was me, right? I didn't want the relationship to end at the time. Now I'm very happy it ended because of the man I am now. And I just want to go ahead and give credit to God because of that. Because God, if it wasn't for Jesus, and like He got me through that, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Him. I'm just going to say that right now. But a lot of things happened, right? And the mental aspect was the worst. Now, what do I say when I say mental images? Because to me, that was the worst part. What do I mean? What I mean when I say mental images was I would sit back and I would think about the things that my ex was doing after we broke up. Now, I've said it before, the denial stage of heartbreak is the worst stage you can go through, in my personal opinion, because you're not allowing yourself to move on. You're stuck in this position to where the whole time you're like, man, I can't wait for us to get back together and things of that nature. Right? Y'all gotta remember, I was like that for several months after my ex and I broke up. I've discussed that on here before. And within that time frame, I wasn't improving. You see, that first photo you see in the thumbnail and right here on the screen, the one that I guess, well, the way I'm looking at it is to y'all's left, the one of the arm I'm holding up right now. With that photo, that was after I went through the denial stage. That was when I finally started going through the other stages because I had just found out my ex girlfriend had moved on to another relationship. And that's where the mental images come in play. You see, when you're going through that whole mental image phase of your breakup, right? You're now thinking of what they're doing with the other person. So I used to sit there and it would cause a lot of comparison for me, right? So I would compare myself a lot. I used to sit there and think about what does this guy have that I don't? What does he do that I don't do? What does he do for her that I couldn't do? This is the same woman that used to sit there and tell me that I was the best guy she had ever had, that I was the man, the type of man she had been looking for. But yet she randomly breaks up with me for without a trace, like for no apparent reason, no good reason whatsoever, and then gets with him a few months later. I was sitting here trying, still in love with her, trying to sit there and be the best I could for her, but yet it just wasn't working. The whole time she had been talking to this dude or other dudes for all I know. Now, obviously now I get why we broke up. I'm happy we broke up, right? For all I like I was I was literally trying to do what society tells every man to do when they're with a woman. Treat her like she's a queen, treat her like as you should, right? If it's a woman you love, right? But if she don't appreciate that, she gotta appreciate it. I was I was the type of dude that was buying her flowers. I wanted to make every single moment I was with her a romantic moment. Like I all I wanted to do was love on her. You feel me? It don't work. It don't work like it don't work that way. It don't work. I wanted to love on her every moment, every single date we went on. Like it was always like people would literally see us in person. They'd be like, "You guys seem so in love." Because I genuinely was in love, bro. Like I was. She wasn't though. She, I see. I realized how much of a facade it was back then. That's why, like, you gotta find someone that's gonna appreciate you. I had to learn that. I had to. It took me a while to get over that. Over that relationship. When I got over it, I realized I just gotta find someone that's gonna appreciate me. That's how it is. So I'm gonna appreciate and is gonna appreciate me. She didn't appreciate me. It is what it is. But it would cause a lot of comparison. You see, I would sit there. I would think back to every single moment from the times when we'd be sitting in my car to what times when we'd probably be in her car, to the times to where we'd be at the beach, the times where we'd be out to dinner, the times when we'd be sitting there with her family. Like, what was it that I did wrong? Like, like this is a this is a woman who came and told me that I was the best guy she had ever came across. That I was the type of guy she had been looking for. That I was different from every other guy. This is the same woman whose family would always, who literally thanked me for how I treated her, saying that it's been hard for her. This is the same, like, but yet I'm the one who gets tossed aside, like I'm nothing. Why is that? I should have known the red flags when I saw it. See, there were plenty of red flags, right? And like I said, it wasn't until a while later where I really looked back at it. It is as long after she had moved on to where I really looked back at it and I was like, dang, you know, the red flags were there, but she was my first love, and so obviously I was just ignoring them, or I was too naive to see it. But that's just what it was. That's just what it was with me. So now I can literally look back at those red flags and I go, dang, I should have seen it coming. But it is what it is. But here's what I gotta say. The mental images, it kept me motivated so long, right? It kept me motivated and it matured me some. it broke my heart and it made me angry for over a year. That's why I turned to Jesus, because like I grew up in a Jesus centered household, right? But I never really turned to him until like a year, because I was heartbroken over that for over a year. I was angry, and I was filled with so much hatred because of it. But when like I would think back to all those things, even the intimate moments. Y'all know what I mean when I say the intimate moments. Even the intimate moments, I would sit there and be like, bro, like when we first was intimate together, bro, and like I'm being personal right now. Like I'm really sitting here on here like telling you all this right now. I don't I don't really, you know what I'm saying? But in those moments where we were intimate, the first time we were intimate, there wasn't really emotion involved because it was like it happened so randomly, right? But every other time we were intimate, bro, there was emotions involved. And so when she got with this other dude, y'all don't understand how like people don't realize like in when I realized like because when I realized that was hurt like my pride and ego were in the way of me moving on. When I pushed those to the side, I said forget about it. I let her go, and I started doing everything for me, for Jesus first, for me, and then for whoever Jesus has for me in the future, and of course my family now, of course like my parents, my siblings, like people, my friends, people around me now, like those are the people who care about me. So obviously, like, I would do anything I can for them to make them happy, even when it hurts me. Cause like, bro, like there are plenty of times they ask me to do something I really don't want to do it, but I do it. You know what I'm saying? But I would sit there and I would be like, bro, how in the world can she do this with another man, bro? Like I didn't get it. Like like to me that the moment she got with him, that was the most ultimate betrayal I'd have ever faced in my life. Because that went from me being just heartbroken and hoping she would come back to me being pissed off. Yes, I said it. I was pissed off. I was mad. Bro, y'all don't understand. Like, and like, I'm being all jittery, and it sounds like I'm trying to have fun with this, but I'm being so serious when I say this, bro. I wanted to literally go. And like, I'm not even gonna say that on camera, bro, because if something actually happened, they're gonna try to accuse me, and I'm not trying to. I ain't do it. Just know I literally wanted to pull up on him and do something that I was probably going to end up regretting. I got too much respect for me. But like seeing her, but like those mental images of her potentially being intimate with him, calling him the nicknames that she called me and all that stuff, bro, like that hurt. Remember, this is the same girl who said I was the best guy she ever had. So why would she do this to me? Right? I had I had a conversation with her a year ago, and literally like all I ended up realizing like I ended up realizing exactly why she did that to me. She will never sit there and admit it to me or admit it to. She probably would admit it to her friends and family, maybe even her boyfriend right now if they're still together. I don't know. I don't, bro. I don't go to her social media. She probably has me blocked. I don't care. But it's probably because she got bored. She got bored of the lovey stuff that I was doing, bro. She got bored of a man doing what a man is by societal standards supposed to do for his girl, right? In reality, I'm gonna do what my girl appreciates. As long as she appreciates it. If there's a reason like, that's the reason I sit there and I say, because I need y'all to understand this, right? And it definitely goes along with mental health. This Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. This definitely goes along with it. That's why I need y'all to understand this. There's reason I say, regardless if you're a man or a woman, it don't matter. If the significant other that you was with is willing to leave you, they were never yours. It's just your turn. They were never yours. It was only your turn. If they're willing to leave you and you all you did was everything you possibly could have. I was 19 at the time, y'all. I was 19. It was my first love. The first time first time I didn't had anything like that, bro. And Bro, after that, I got to work. After that, I got to work, bro. And I'm happy I got to work because I look back at that now and I go like, dang, I'm such a better man than what I was back then. I mean, I'm older. Yes, I'm 22 now. I'm older, but like, it's a different feeling right now for me. Like, I'm just completely different as a man, as you can clearly see. Like, I wish like the videos on my old channel, there like all that's up on there now is music stuff. But if those old videos were up, if you looked at that channel compared to this channel, you would clearly see the big difference. This channel was made at like a year after that breakup. I was still heartbroken when this channel was made. This podcast was made. But there's levels to this that that's many understand but many don't. I'm not mad whatsoever. I'm not upset whatsoever. I'm just not naive anymore to this. It's I got too much respect for me is me knowing my worth. I'm not gonna put my pride in the way because the Lord doesn't want me to be prideful. He doesn't I'll tell y'all this. I told y'all this. The moment I got my pride out of the way, the moment I let go of my pride and ego about that situation, that's the moment I let go of her. Simple. But it changed me, bro. If I never went through that, bro, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't be on the path that God had. Like, I'll be honest with you. Jesus, he has a plan for me regardless, but I wouldn't have known it like that until I went through that. I wouldn't have. I'd probably be in the same exact place I was if I was still with her or if I had never met her. And I'm like I said, I'm not giving no credit to her. She was just a stepping stone in my story. And that's on everything I love. Bro, but I'm telling y'all, bro, those mental images were the worst part about that heartbreak. It was the worst, bro. Thinking about how she probably at the beaches with him, kissing on him, all that stuff, sitting on his lap and things of that nature. I wanted to, ooh, I wanted to hurt that man, bro. I wanted to pull up and hurt that dude, bro, so bad, bro. On everything I love, I wanted to, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I got too much respect for what Drake say. Drake said I got too much respect for me. Simple, bro. Simple. I got way too much respect for me, bro. I can't be me. Can't be me. I'm not gonna sit there and fight over nobody. That's like sometimes. Sometimes people deserve to be knocked out, bro. But I'm not finna go fight over her, bro. Why fight over someone that clearly doesn't love you, bro? That's the most disrespectful thing anyone can. I tell you that, bro. Any any of y'all that's going through that type of heartbreak, going through heartbreak, bro. Anytime the person that you want that just broke your heart, anytime they with someone else, bro, regardless if you're a man or woman, bro, that is mad disrespectful to you. Simple. Don't even sit there and like, bro, they not worth it. They not. Go find someone else that's gonna treat you so much better. Go find someone else that's gonna respect you. Never forget what this person did, but you gotta like I forgave her a long time ago, but I'm never gonna forget what she did to me. Never. Y'all see it in my eyes, right? I'm never gonna forget what she did. Because that hurt. But it put me on a path that I'm happy to be on right now. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I would not be the man I am or the man I'm gonna continue to grow to be, bro. And that's, bro. Thank you, Jesus. I'm not with her right now, bro. That's y'all see. I got different Bible verses on my arm right now, bro. That is all thanks to Jesus, bro. That I'm out of that relationship. He's the reason I got over it. He's the reason I grew as a man and everything. Oh, my mic just cut off. My mic cut off for a second, but yeah, bro. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Love yourself. Do things you need to do for so that the next person you get with The next person you get with deserves the best version of you. Simple. Don't give your all to someone who clearly doesn't appreciate it. I'll always stand by that. I'll always stand by that. But y'all gotta understand this. When I look at these pictures of me, it's two different people. It's a man at first that didn't respect himself and was just like so dumbfounded and couldn't understand, to a man that understands, to a man that respects himself, to a man that a godly man, a man, bro, a godly man, bro, a man that was literally like, bro, I got so much faith in the Lord now, bro. I do. He saved, y'all know he saved my life the other day. Jesus. That's for a whole other video. That's for a whole other video, y'all. He saved my life the other day. Almost died the other day. And yet I'm sitting here with no injuries whatsoever, bro. You can't tell me Jesus don't exist. I love him. I'm here because of him right now, bro. Simple. Simple. No other way around it. Every single moment of my life, he protects me. I can't take that away. Man, that's crazy, bro. But yeah, man. Heartbreak changed my life. For the better. For the better. To anyone that's going through heartbreak right now, I want you to sit here and think about this, bro. Think about this and then say yourself in the mirror. The pain you go through right now is going to be the blessing you have went through in the future. What I mean by that is you're going to wake up one day, you're going to have improved your life so much, you're going to be in the happiest point of your life, whether you're taken or single. It don't matter. Whether you're married, have a family, it don't matter. You're going to be able to wake up in a mirror one day and you're going to say to yourself, man, that person I was with back then that hurt me, they not worth it. Like, you going to be, like, you going to be on such a higher level, bro. And I'm not talking about, like, and I mean, like, through Jesus. You're going to be through such a higher level in your relationship with Jesus that you're going to look back at that person, you're going to be like, bro, they weren't even worth my time. All happiness goes to them for whatever they do in their life, but they not worth it. They not worth your time. They not worth your energy, bro. They don't deserve to have the best version of you. And you gotta understand that they will never find another version of you. It don't matter how happy they become in life, how successful they become in life. They just not gonna have another version of you. Someone else is gonna get the best version of you, and you gonna be the happiest you ever gonna be with that person. Anyway, man, that's crazy. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.